Namaste, I am Dr. Karunakar Rapolu, Consultant Interventional Cardiologist, Apollo Health City, Jubilee Hills. Today with me this gentleman who is a NRI from United States of America. He came to attend a marriage in India. So while flying from Lucknow to Hyderabad, he developed chest pain in the flight. So immediately they rushed to our emergency room. Based on the ECG, he had a heart attack changes. So immediately we took him to the Cath lab. We did a stenting procedure and we shifted him back to the ICU, where he suddenly developed cardiac arrest. And because this is an advanced center, we have resuscitated him successfully. So we kept him on ventilator. 2-3 days later, he recovered very well and we extubated him. Then later we identified that his heart rate was dropping down to almost 20-30 every time, now and then. So on further study, we identified that he has a problem with his conduction system in the heart. So he needs a pacemaker. But because of this high risk condition, we decided to go ahead with leadless pacemaker rather than a routine pacemaker which carries very high risk of bleeding. So we did that successfully in this for him, and later he recovered very well. Meanwhile, he developed even acute kidney injury because of these problems, but now that problem is also settling down and he is fit and he is ready to fly back to US. We are very happy to see that he is going back to his home happily. Thank you.
I'm very thankful to the doctors of the Apollo Hospital emergency room, Dr. Karunakar, Dr. Sanjay Mishra, Dr. Ashish and all that. They helped me a lot, and I was not knowing that I was not even conscious, and I didn't even know what's going on with me. But to my family, they say that I got a very severe attack and all that, everything. Now I'm in very good condition. Now I'm hoping to travel back to my country.
Yeah, I'm very thankful to Dr. Karunakar, Sanjay, Ashish, Salman, all the staff of ICU that they brought him back. I was not first knowing what's going on, and then after the cardiac arrest I was very much worried, but they bring him back. Thank you to all of the doctors. Thanks to Apollo.
Hello, good evening all. I'm the patient's nephew. Basically, I'm local to Hyderabad, and when we got the patient coming from the marriage, after attending the marriage party from Lucknow, he got us. We thought initially it was some problem with his high sugar levels and all that. Unfortunately, he was so in such a bad condition at the airport that we initially, when we went to the small hospital there, they figured out it's some very critical problem that we need to immediately rush. We were initially suggested to rush to some other hospitals, but I preferred Apollo because even my father has gone through some very serious, some cancer and all that. So one of the critical operation he has gone through. So I had prior experience with Apollo, one of the best and in medical services, medical sciences I should say. So immediately I turned the ambulance from the other hospital to Apollo, and when we brought in the patient here, he was completely down. We were almost losing him. The condition was that, but we never realized that he had such major blockages and all that. And even the doctors, they initially was like, we were telling them that he is simply having some high blood pressure and kind of stuff, because even no one knows that he was having cardiac issues. So when he gone through, the doctors immediately took him under the medical critical supervision and done all that required. Within no time, he was on the theater. Immediately his blockage was cleared, and all the required essential. And that too, that was Sunday evening. And normally in other hospitals, you can never imagine to get a proper doctor also. So we luckily got one of the best cardiologists, Dr. Karunakar, attending our patient. I thank Almighty God first of all, and then thank Mr. Karunakar, Dr. Karunakar and his expert team basically, who really did an excellent job. Like, we never had time to really spare like few more minutes to save his life. And that time on the bed, on the table itself, he's got the cardiac arrest. So you can imagine how critical that issue was. So we were like, and my son, again, he is MBBS student, Dr. Karunakar, he was completely in sync with him, and we were completely being informed what's going on every moment, kind of. So I really you can never imagine, no one can imagine the condition we have gone through and the comfort level we have received from Apollo and special cardiac team under Dr. Karunakar. So thank you so much for everything, Apollo and the teams here. Thank you.